Okay, so I've got three things to alert you to. It's just a section sort of geared towards circulation type routines, circulation functions. So the first thing that's quite near to my heart at the moment is bookings. I've done there's a what's on our mind that we've already done for related to bookings, but we thought it would merited a little section here because it's now in core Koha. So it's available for you all when you upgrade. But do look out for the what's on our mind because on our YouTube channel, because it goes into more detail about how to use the bookings module. But essentially, I'll just give you an overview of how it works. So if I just do a search for a material that I would want to place a booking on. So I'm going to look for a camera stand. The types of material that you might choose as bookable material could range broadly from materials like, I don't know, equipment. It could be rooms. It could be whatever you would want, really, based on a bibliographic record. So I've got a title here called Camera Stand, which I have catalogued with a particular item type, in this instance, item type of equipment. And you can see that in the staff side, for this material, I've got a place booking option at the top here, alongside other types of circulation options, such as place hold, request article, dependent on what you've got set in your circulation rules. But at the moment, place booking sits slightly outside of that. It is driven by a setting in items. So in your items menu on the left-hand side of your record here, you will have an option once you upgrade in this section here called bookable. And it's a simple yes/no toggle. So your bookable items need to be set to yes in order for this place bookings option to be available for you, and in order for those materials to become bookable. We've done sort of batch modifications at the command line for setting particular item types as bookable, where this is currently running and in live use. But we can have conversations about that dependent on how you might want to use them. You might just want to begin placing bookings piecemeal by setting your items flag to be bookable, as demonstrated there. But once you've got this place booking option, it means we can obviously use it and place bookings on the staff side. You get a simple place booking option. You can search for your user and select any item or even a specific item by barcode if that's applicable. If you have, say, lots of types of equipment of the same type. And then we can set our time period using the calendar toggle. And you'll notice that some time periods will be unavailable, and that will be dependent on what materials are already booked, if that material is already booked over that length of time. So I can't book this particular slot, but I could go ahead and book another slot for this particular user by using the calendar button there, setting my time period and choosing submit. So it's really simple to create a booking once you have got that material bookable. Bookings can't overlap either. So if I try and check out a material to a particular user, so let's try a different user entirely, a different user, and try and issue that material, because of course some of your booked materials you might also want to be issued. Again, that will be a decision that you can make. So I'm going to put in my barcode here and try and check out a material, and if there is a conflicting booking, you will be alerted to the fact. So in this instance, first of all, we can see that my particular user can't check the material out anyway, but it's due for another patron booking with a particular date. So it will go through a process of either reducing the due date or truncating it so that it doesn't conflict with an existing booking. So it's quite useful in that instance. And then there's associated reports that go alongside the bookings module, and the main one sits underneath circulation here. In the circulation menu, you will get a new bookings to collect report that works similarly to, I suppose, your hold to pull type report. But if you click through into it, you will get a list of bookable items with a filter option, so you can narrow down those bookings by date and so on. But you can see a list of your bookings, search, and all the usual stuff that you'd expect from a report. So obviously, you can also create your own reports that query the bookings tables and so on. So there's quite a lot that can be done with bookings. And this is the first iteration of the bookings module. There are more developments to come. Have a look on Bugzilla for the various things that have been requested, things like being able to do hourly bookings and so on. At the moment, it's by day. So lots of excitement to come with bookings, so watch this space. But this is what you'll currently get with your 23.11 upgrade. So the second thing that I was going to show you was to do with automatic renewals, really. It introduces a new circulation rule. It relates to bug 25393, and it's to do with creating a separate no automatic renewal before rule. I'm just going to pop out here to administration and circulation rules to show you the new setting in circulation rules. And I'm sure some of you may well be groaning that yet another column in your circulation rules, but this is a really useful column that hopefully some of you will find very valuable. This introduces we've now got a no renewal before and a no automatic renewal before column. Previously, we were restricted to a single renewal before column, which some libraries, of course, might want to allow manual renewals earlier than an automatic renewal function. So this addition to the circulation rules allows us to make a difference between automatic renewals and manual renewals and allow them to be renewed at different times, so we can set those values accordingly. If I just have a look at an example record that I've got here, if we have a look at my user record, my test user here, and a material that is checked out for that user, hopefully if I just show that. I've got my test item here, and if I scroll along to where I've got my renewals column, we can see that here I've got 5 of 5 renewals remaining, so the material is renewable. It's scheduled for automatic renewal, but I've also got a tick box here that allows me to renew. So it allows me to manually renew outside of the automatic renewals for whatever reason. And the same also applies obviously on the OPAC side. So if you're logging on the OPAC individually, you can see that you could actually manually renew a material that is also set for automatic renewals if you want to. So that's triggered by that new column in circulation rules. And the last one that I wanted to show you was also in circulation, and it's in circulation reports, and it's just to alert you to a new column value in hold ratios report. So for those of you who use the hold ratios report, it's designed to see numbers of holds against material to help guide purchasing, essentially. So if any of you are used to using that, this is just a quick one. When you pop through into hold ratios now, we've got a new column that records the collection code as well against those materials. So it just adds that to that report to make it a little bit more a rich report for you. It didn't used to exist before.